Yo, what is good, guys? DNGO here, back at it again with another YouTube video. And for today, I'm going to be bringing you guys the budget beasts, but on the defensive side of the ball. So I'm so happy to bring this to you. But first things first, let me address some players that I missed out on my offensive video. And I'm sorry that I missed out on them, but you know, stuff happens. They weren't on the auction house when I was checking, but apparently there was Kevin White, and now big shout out to the comment section of the last video. Like, they were super interactive. They were telling me about players, so hey, shout out to them. But apparently there's a 75 overall Kevin White. As you guys can see, he's not on my auction house, so I wasn't able to do like any research on him. I didn't find him at all yesterday, so that's why he wasn't in my video yesterday. But there's a Kevin White. He's pretty much the same stats as that Marquise Goodwin, so if you guys see him out for a cheap price, go ahead and add him to your team, because that is an amazing stat line for a wide receiver. And there's also Sharkandrick West in the halfback section. And there's none in my auction house right now either, but apparently he has 84 speed, which is absolutely insane, because that is faster than any of the halfbacks that I was showing. And I believe Matt Breida was the fastest with 82 speed that I was showing. But if you guys just keep in mind that Sharkandrick West, Kevin White is really good option. And there was also some really good, like, super budget wide receivers. They're silver overalls, and they're Terrelle Pryce Sr., and he is the Aces player. Yeah, as you guys can see here, Terrelle Pryce Sr., 83 speed, 86 XL, absolute budget beast for the silver side of things. And also there's Valdez Scantling. So if you guys are looking for like a good pair of budget silver wide receivers, yeah, well, it doesn't seem like there's any Valdez Scantlings in the auction house right now, but just keep in mind that Valdez Scantling is another really good budget silver wide receiver. I think he's got like 81 speed. So anyway, moving on to the actual video. Now, how every single player in the defensive budget beast video is selected is pretty much going to be based on speed. I'm not looking for really overall stats, you know, like I'm not looking in the offensive video. I was looking for base, all around good base stats. Well, on the defensive side, I'm looking for raw speed, because defensive players tend to be a little bit slower, so I'm looking for the fastest out of the fastest defensive players. Alright, so now that we got out of the way, now let's hop right into it. So moving on to cornerbacks, your super budget option is going to be Fabian Moreau, if I can spell him correctly. Fabian Moreau is an absolute budget god, guys. Now every one of these halfback cornerbacks is going to be over 82 speed. So I know there's some 81 speed cornerbacks out there, but everyone that I'm going to be showing here is 82 speed. So as you can see here, only 70 overall, but he's got 82 speed and 82 XL. So he's going to be able to keep up with those really fast wide receivers that I was showing you. The 83 speeds, the 84 speeds. You know, Fabian Moreau is going to be right up there, and he's super cheap as well. Look at that, under 10,000 coins. Maybe we can skim him out for 5,000 coins. So next up on the list, we have Jonathan Jones, an absolute god. He's got 83 speed for 72 overall, and he's like literally 10,000 coins. Look at this, guys. 83 speed and 83 XL. Are you absolutely serious? And he's got 62 man coverage, which is all right for a gold wide receiver. So honestly, guys, Jonathan Jones is an absolute beast. Go ahead and add him to your team if you guys are a little bit more of a budget and can't afford some of these other players I'm going to be showing. The next up on the list is Trey Waynes. Trey Waynes is a 73 overall cornerback, and boom, he also has 83 speed, 83 XL. He's also got the 62 man as well. And next up, we are going to be talking about Shaquille Griffin. An absolute god card, 75 overall cornerback, 83 speed, 81 XL, 66 man, and 68 zone. Now, I think that this is an absolute great card that you guys can add to your lineup. As you guys can see here, it's like 40,000 coins, so he's going to be a little bit pricey, but if you guys can afford him, he's an absolute god. He's going to be able to do a little bit of coverage as well as keep up with those really fast wide receivers. And then boom, next up, if you guys have a little bit more coins, I don't know, willing to take one point of speed loss, then go pick yourself up William Jackson. Yo, dude, there's none on the auction house. He's like a 77 overall. I have him listed down here as a 77 overall, and he's got 82 speed. So if you guys keep your eyes out for William Jackson. And next up, of course, we can't have the budget beast cornerbacks without Marshawn Lattimore, an absolute speed god, and he is not on the auction house either. But I have him written down here, 78 overall with 82 speed. So also another really solid pickup for your team. Moving on to safeties, we have some pretty good, really good super budget safeties. Adrian Colbert is a super budget option for here, and look at this, guys, 81 speed and 83 excel. Now safeties are really slow this year, so 81 speed is absolutely burners on a freaking safety. So go ahead, every team should be picking up Adrian Colburn. I think everyone can afford him. He's like 10,000 coins, so go ahead and pick yourself up at Adrian Colburn. Yeah, like he's literally under 10,000 coins, so go pick up one of those, because he's gonna be a really nice addition to your team. He's gonna be able to keep up with those Evan Engrams, gonna be able to keep up with those Luke Wilsons out there. So hey, go ahead and do yourself a favor and do that. Next up, we have a little bit of a downgrade in terms of the speed category, but that's what we got to deal with if you want safety. So next up is Terrell Edmonds, is 78 speed and 79 XL. He's got a little bit better stats than Adrian Colbert, but that's the payoff for losing that three points on speed. And another decent player is Brian Bobby Calhoun with 78 speed, and he's got a little bit of coverage stats there as well, so more of a well-rounded card. And next up, if you guys have a big budget, go pick yourself up an Adrian Phillips, 78 overall, and he is absolutely amazing as well. So look at this, guys, 80 speed, so he's almost as fast as Adrian Colbert. So Adrian Colbert was 81 speed, but he's faster than pretty much every other safety in the game, gold safety in the game, and he's got that 73 zone as well, so 75 zone. So he's going to be able to get that zone coverage locked down. He's going to be able to keep up with those tight ends, Luke Wilson, Evan Engram. There's no problem for Adrian Phillips. And moving on to middle linebackers. Now this is a very interesting position. Seems like there's middle linebackers are really slow this year. But the first person, but I have two insane super budget beasts here that are going to be able to hold up every single player's teams, that are going to be absolutely crazy. 71 overall, Devin White, and I believe there's also a Devin Bush for 70 overall, but he doesn't seem to be. But as you guys can see here, Devin White has 81 speed, which is absolutely crazy. So he's going to be able to keep up with those, he's going to be able to chase down those runs. He's going to be able to do everything that you need him to do. All right, to complement Devin White is going to be Devin Bush. Now, Devin Bush has got an absolutely crazy card as well. You guys can see here, 70 overall middle linebacker. Boom, 80 speed as in 81 XL. But, alright, so now that we got our two super budget options out of the way, let's go ahead and cover our bigger budget options. So now the higher overall middle linebackers, they don't really have as much speed. They're not as fast as Devin White or Devin Bush, but one of the fastest overall has to be Miles Jack, 76 speed, and he's just got really well-rounded stats. As you guys can see here, there's tons of stats over 70 overall. Only two are in the 60s. It's just an extremely well-rounded card. If you guys can afford him, then go ahead and pick him up, because it's a little bit more of a, he's not as one-dimensional as Devin White or Devin Bush. Alright, so moving on to linebackers, we've got Duke Riley for our super budget option. Duke Riley's an absolute beast as well. So look at this, guys, 78 speed and 77 XL for a linebacker. That is pretty decent. Linebackers are really slow this year, so hey, there you guys go. Duke Riley. Next up, we have Jerome Baker. He's pretty cheap. He should be pretty cheap as well, since he's only 71 overall. And as you guys can see here, he's also got 78 speed and 78 excel, so same speed as Duke Riley. So if you guys are needing that super cheap linebacking core, then go ahead and pick yourself up those two. But if you guys have a little bit more coins, then go ahead and pick up Malcolm Smith. Now Malcolm Smith's an absolute god. 81 speed for our linebacker is absolutely crazy, so he's gonna be your like budget god. So if you guys can afford Malcolm Smith, go ahead and buy him because he's absolutely crazy. And you know, 76 overall compared to the 71 overall, so he's going to be able to boost your overall up a little bit more. Moving on to defensive ends. Now for the defensive line was a little bit harder to make this list just because, you know, speed's not as much of a factor, but for defensive ends I still try to look for decently fast players just because, you know, they're going to be the ones that I have to get to the halfback the most. So first one is 72 overall, Reggie White, who doesn't even seem to be on the auction house right now. So I only have him listed down as a 72 overall. I don't have any of his stats, but I just noticed that he was generally a pretty well-rounded card. He's got good block shed, good power finesse moves or whatever. I don't remember, but you know, I just remember he was like well-rounded card for 72 overall. They can probably pick up for pretty cheap, but just keep that in mind. It is Reggie White, so we can just type in Reggie, and you know, you'll be all set. And then next up is Olivier Vernon, who is not on the auction house either. Yo, what is wrong with this? Yo, my auction house is dead right now. So Olivier Vernon is not on the auction house either. I think he was a 74 overall, and he was pretty well rounded as well, so just keep that in mind. If you guys have a bigger budget, go ahead and pick yourself up DeMarcus Lawrence, and boom, there's none on the auction house either. Yo, defensive ends are dead on the auction house. None of these budget beasts are on the auction house right now. But hey, if you guys, DeMarcus Lawrence is a 79 overall. I thought that he was probably the most well-rounded player. Let's move on to defensive tackles. All right, there we go, guys. David Autry. As you guys can see here, I chose David Autry just because as you guys can see, his speed's a little bit lower, but you know, I don't think that defensive tackles really matter their speed. You know, they're just there to block the inside run, so they just got to have good strength, good block shed. So out of all the like low overall defensive tackles, I just thought David Autry was the best, most well-rounded card, just because, you know, he's got the awareness over 70, he's got the tackle over 70, he's got 68 he's got the 68 spec block shed, which is all right, 68 power moves, which is all right. Finesse moves is a little bit down, but you know what? You know what, guys? You know, that's what's gonna happen when you know, most defensive tackles, they don't have really good both power moves and finesse moves, so you guys got to deal with one or the other. So you know, hey, David Autry here, 70 strength as well, so definitely not a bad option if you guys were looking for a cheap defensive tackle. And next we have DJ Reader, 74 overall. My man here, defensive tackle, pretty slow as well, but look at that, guys. 74 strength, 77 awareness, 72 tackling, 70 block shed, 73 power moves. So he's going to be a really good just power rusher. You know, he's going to be able to stop all those runs. As you guys see here, this run stopper defensive tackle. So he's going to be able to make all of those, you know, he's going to stuff up all of those inside runs. Alright, moving on to the final budget beast of the video, we have 78 overall DeForest Buckner, and he doesn't seem to be on the auction house, which kind of sucks. But if you guys do see him on the auction house, make sure to go check out his stats a little bit, just because I think that he was a very well-rounded defensive tackle. Alright, that's going to be it for today's video. Hope that really helped you out. You know, helps you guys build a really solid defense for your team. You know, not get burned all the time. So, yeah. You know, if this helped you out, please leave a like. Please subscribe to the channel for more Madden Mobile 20 content that's going to be coming up. Tomorrow's going to be a rest day for me. I'm going to be heading out I think we're heading out on a little trip for a day. So I'm not going to be uploading tomorrow. Just keep that in mind. So, yeah. Peace out, everyone. Enjoy your day.